Do not make the stupid mistake of buying a house without knowing the easements and right-of-ways that exist on the lot. Let's talk about how to find them. Every city has Geographic Information System, or also known as GIS system, available online for free. So just type in your city's name and GIS in Google and you'll see a website. So let's look at Surrey first. So this is the Surrey's GIS system, also known as Cosmos. You can find anything related to zoning, OCPs, easements, right-of-ways, everything in this map. So let's just first make sure your infrastructure map is selected here at the top, and then all the easements will come up. So if you zoom in, it's a little slow, but let's say we're looking at this house there. So this 9002, there's an easement on the very east side. So if you click on this pink line, so there's a right of way actually. So if you click on this right of way, it will highlight where exactly this right of way is. So you can even zoom in, and you could even measure the distance in meters or feet from the lot line to the easement area. So you can actually know exactly how much of the lot is technically not usable, because if it's in the right of way, you cannot build any permanent structure on the lot. And some lots even have easements which are literally passing pretty much like in the middle of the lot, which you really want to avoid. And other than that, you can click on layers and legends and you can see everything. Honestly, just take some time out of the day, just go through each and every one of these and you'll find a lot of hidden gems. So let's say in property, you can click on easements, of course, or right of ways. You can even have the lot dimensions if you want to know what the exact frontage is. So let's say for this one it's 16.26 of course in meters. You can always convert that to feet. You could, let's say, look at the past images from, let's say, 2001 all the way like to recent last year 2023. And this is the most important one, land user environment. This is where most the name is almost the same, land use or environment or something related to this. This is where most of the zoning or the OCPs are located in each city GIS mapping system. So in the Surrey and the Cosmos, you could literally look at the official community plans. If you click on OCP designations, you can see, if you zoom out, it's a little slow, but so this, the yellowish golden one, this is mostly just urban OCP, but this purple one is of course near the Surrey Central. This is where most of the high-rise buildings are, and there's some townhouse zonings as well. So the brownish ones are townhouse zoning OCPs. This is not zoning, this is OCP. And you can even look at the zoning as well, and you can even look at the NCPs of the neighborhood community plans as well. So let's say Fleetwood or this Guildford in this town center one, the city center, and then of course the Newton and the Samiamu. And recently they also launched the transit oriented areas as well. So let's say if we go to property map, and just so that there's less clutter on the screen, we can look at the transit stations and transit oriented area tiers. And of course, it's divided in like 3 different tier system, right? Like area 1, 2, and 3. The further away we go from a SkyTrain station, the lesser density we can build, or the lesser number of stories we can build. Let's say if we click on this 2-way properties. So as you can see, so this is of course the city center. This is where the SkyTrain stations are. The green ones are in tier 1, the pink ones are in tier 2, and this blue, sky blue-ish color is in tier 2. So you can still build apartment buildings in blue ones as well, but the closer you get to the SkyTrain station, the more density you can build. And other than that, you can even look at the public safety. Say literally the last 6 months, no one really knows this. So let's say if you click on this break and enter residence, you can click here, you can see all the reported incidents in the last month. So of course in this area there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a lot of crime. So if you want to avoid areas with high crime, just look here and try to stay away where where there has been like at least like 6-7 crimes in the last 6 months. That's a lot. If it's only like 1 or 2, that's okay. Pretty much like all over the world there's some sort of crime happening at any given time, but it should not be a lot. Moving on, let's look at contours. This is very important as well. So if you click on the 1 meter contours, it takes a while to load up. So let's say all these lots have really steep slopes. So you may want to avoid these if you're looking for a flat lot. If you're, let's say, if you're a baby boomer, you don't want to climb too many steps, you should probably look for something flat. Let's say something like this, totally flat, barely any contours. And another really important thing that you can look on the GIS system is, give me 1 second. Okay, so whenever you see this shape drawn and it's bold, just click on any of the edges, and then on the left hand side you'll see what exactly is happening. So let's say there's a development application, so you click on this and you can see exactly what the developer is proposing. It could be a subdivision, it could, so this is literally to permit subdivision of 2 single family lots. Of course this is concluded, of course this is already so this is already subdivided, but you can even go in detail. So if you click on the online development inquiry, so click here, this will open up a new website. So you can see exactly when the development was done. So you can see the PLA letter was done in 2005, and you can go through this and see that it was actually finalized in 2013. And moving on to other municipalities, so let's say Port Coquitlam, it's the same exact. So Port Coquitlam GIS, this will bring you to this website. One very important thing in POCO, let's say if you're looking for a subdividable lot, just make sure you go to OCP and you only look at the ones which are in RSL, or the small single family lots, not the regular R ones. This lighter colored ones, these are all just single family. You can, most of them are not subdividable unless they're like actually really huge. But this yellow ones, if the frontage and the lot size is decent enough, usually it's like anywhere from 66 to like 70 feet. That depends on city to city. I believe in POCO 66 feet, and then you can subdivide it into 2 lots. But not every lot is subdividable. So all these R ones are not, but the RSL ones are. So make sure you look at the OCP through the GIS to know if let's say the lot you're looking for is subdividable or not. And other than subdivision, of course, the RT ones are the townhouses, and the A OCP zoned ones are apartment zones. So you could technically make an apartment building as long as it is in the A or the apartment OCP. Of course, not just one lot. You need a land assembly of at least 3, 4, 5 of your neighbors involved as well, and then you could make an apartment building. Other very important thing in the GIS system is, of course, you can even look at the floodplain data as well. So if you see the very east part of Port Coquitlam, this is all floodplain. This is mostly farmland, so you don't have to worry about them. But if you're buying, this is literally in the city near Cedar Drive and Prairie, so this is all floodplain land. Again, not a huge problem, but if I were putting $2 million on a lot, I would try to avoid the floodplain area if I had the option. Let's say the same house existed outside of the floodplain. And similarly, Coquitlam also has the Coquitlam GIS system. Coquitlam, for some reason, it's called Qthemap. So Q, the letter Q, the map. Similar, there's a layer list, has everything regarding contours, OCPs and stuff. In environment, let's say in Coquitlam, there's the SPES. So if you want to find out if your lot is near a water body and if there's an easement from the water body, a setback or not, you can click on SPEA and see that there's a creek going, and all these areas technically you cannot build, or at least you have to hire a QEP or a qualified environmental professional to reduce the setbacks, and you cannot reduce all the setbacks. So as long as it's deep enough, let's say there's no running water in the creek, usually you're able to reduce the setbacks. But if it's just an active flowing water and also really high above the ground, and your lot is like very close to the sea level, or like it's not super high above, Usually you cannot reduce a setback, and this could be a very, very, very big thing, and you cannot build anything. So make sure to look at the Coquitlam SPEA, and it's the same on every GIS system. You can look at the top of bank and then decide if you want to buy that lot or not. And the city of Coquitlam also has this very cool development information portal as well, and you can look at what your neighbors are doing. Let's say this is the entire map. Of course, there's your Westwood Plateau and everything up north. This is Mullardville. So if you zoom in, let's say if you want to check out what's happening here, you just click on this blue icon here, and you can see they're proposing a fourplex. So of course the blue is of course an active application, and the approved ones are the green ones. So just feel free to look around, and you can see exactly what is happening in the neighborhoods. Let's say if you don't want a lot of density in your specific street, try to buy somewhere wherever there's less number of active applications. And Abbotsford also has the same GIS system. Chilliwack also, Chilliwack GIS. Just Google it and you'll find your city specific zoning and all the OCP, all the easements, everything on the layers here. Just feel free to look around, and of course if you have any specific questions, if you are not able to find the GIS system of your specific city, of course shoot me a message, and then I'll send you the link. And other than Abbotsford, of course Vancouver has its own maps.vancouver.ca. So in Vancouver, of course, there's peat areas which are really important. So if you search PEAT peat, just click here. So all these shaded areas, this is where the peat bog is. So these are the areas you might want to avoid if you're building anytime soon, because these might, some builders don't even touch them, but it's not like the end of the world, but it's probably going to cost you at least $70,000-$80,000 more to build on the peat bog areas. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Make sure if you're buying any detached house anywhere in the Lower Mainland that you work with an experienced realtor who has worked with a lot of developers in the past and who does developments by himself or herself as well. If you go with a rookie agent who's fresh off the boat, who doesn't know anything, they're maybe starting out in the first year, it's okay to work with them, but try to not buy the very expensive properties, which especially the development properties, through newer agents. Try to work with someone who has at least many years of experience and does a lot of development deals. This is Khush Khosa, your local realtor from Remax Performance Realty in the Greater Vancouver and Fraser Valley. And if you're looking to buy or sell anything, condo, townhouse, house, development property, lot, anywhere from North Vancouver, Surrey, all the way up to Chilliwack, give me a call at this number right here and we'll go from there. Bye.